Hello and welcome back to another episode of TWIG, and this week is a moment we've been waiting for a very long time because the Season 5 update has been released and there's loads of new stuff to talk about, including the brand new Playground game, which is not just one new game, it's like loads of new games in one. So yeah, it's really exciting, so let's get into the video. So, as always, I'll start off by putting the changelogs for this week's update on the screen so you can pause the video and read them if you want. So, here are the changelogs from when Season 5 was first released, and then here are some extra ones from a couple of days after when Galaxite just made a few little extra changes. So, there's been a lot of changes as part of the Season 5 update, but when you log on the server, the first thing that you'll probably notice has changed is the hub. It's now got a wintry theme, and yeah, it's covered in snow, the water is frozen over, and it's also got a bit of a Christmassy feel, because the massive tree with the tree house has been replaced with a big Christmas tree. But yeah, it's still sort of laid out the same as the old hub, but it just sort of feels completely different, because before it was a tropical island, but now it's sort of winter and yeah, complete opposite. But yeah, the new hub is really cool, and although it's not like a completely new hub, like it's still laid out the same, it still feels very different, and yeah, because it's sort of the whole new feel of winter. And yeah, because it is sort of getting into winter now, or at least in the Northern Hemisphere where most of the people who play on the Galaxite server are from. So I think the new hub is really cool and really fun to explore. But also, Galaxite have encouraged us all to explore the new hub because there's a little snowman hunt, and it's a bit like the crab hunt from last season. And basically how the snowman hunt works is there's 25 snowmen hidden around the hub, and if you find all 25, then you'll get a free gravestone. It's the snowman gravestone. It's a pretty cool gravestone, especially since you get it for free for just finding all 25 of the snowmen. But yeah, it can take quite a while to find all of the snowmen. They are quite hidden and the hub is quite big, and yeah, finding 25 little snowmen around a big hub is quite hard. But yeah, I think it's a really good way of exploring the hub, and also, yeah, you get a little reward at the end for finding all of the snowmen, which is pretty cool. So another thing that has changed in the hub that I think is worth mentioning is the new parkours. Because, yeah, Galaxite really like to release new parkours with new seasons. For example, in both Seasons 1 and 2, there was one new parkour added, and in Seasons 3, 4, and this season, Season 5, there's been 3 new parkours added. So yeah, there's 3 new parkours for us to try and complete, and you can access them by going to Commander Ripples at the back of the hub, like just behind spawn. And yeah, so the new parkours are, first of all, Orby's Cave Raid, and for completing it you get the Dripstone Navigator title. The next parkour is Blockbeard's Tree Climb, and for completing it you get the Tree Climber title. And finally, the last parkour is Gregory's Spike Hop, and for completing it you get the Spike Jumper title. So the last thing I'm going to talk about to do with the hub is that the jet skis that were in the old hub have been replaced with snowmobiles. So yeah, they just sort of fit in with the new hub better because it is sort of winter themed and it's all covered in snow. And also the water is now frozen over, so yeah, a jet ski with no water doesn't really make too much sense. So yeah, it is good that it has been replaced with snowmobiles. So one of the most important parts of a new season is always the new battle pass. It's always really exciting to see what new items there are in the battle pass and what theme the battle pass has. And also, Galaxite players like to look out for what colour of name colour and particles is in the battle pass, because each season Galaxite has had a different colour for the name colour and particles. So, for example, Season 1 was purple, Season 2 was blue, Season 3 was yellow, Season 4 was green, and Season 5 this season is pink. So there's a pink name colour and a pink particles in the Battle Pass, but also some of the other items in the Battle Pass have a retro theme. That's sort of the theme of this season's Battle Pass, retro. So yeah, some of the items in the Battle Pass that have that retro theme include the Puzzle Cube items, sort of inspired by the Rubik's Cube. I think they are some really cool items. And also there's a Tetris inspired item, there's the Shapes Gravestone, which I think looks really cool. I really like that item. And so yeah, also in the Battle Pass there's like an avatar that you sort of level up. Like Galaxite like putting those in the Battle Pass, like items where you, as you level up in the Battle Pass, you get different versions of the same avatar. So in the Season 5 Battle Pass, there's the Mecha Mike avatar. So there's the version 1, version 2, version 3, and version 4 that you gradually unlock as you level up the Battle Pass. And yeah, so there's also some other items that I think fit really well with the Mecha Mike version 4, sort of like all linked together. Like you get the Mecha Mike version 4 at level 55 in the Battle Pass, but when you level up to level 56, you then get the Mecha Suit Glider, which I think looks really cool. And when you finally get up to level 60, which is the final level in the Battle Pass, then you get the Mecha Cart, which also looks really cool. But yeah, the Battle Pass has got a bunch of really cool items. I can't show you them all, but yeah. So the most exciting part of a new Galaxite season is always the new game, and this season is no different because the new game Playground is really exciting. And as I said at the start of the video, it's not just one new game, it's lots of games in one, which makes it even cooler. But yeah, if you join the Playground game, then it'll take you to the Playground Hub, and basically in the Playground Hub you can look around, explore, look at the different games, and yeah, you can join those games, or if there's people already playing those games, then you can join a queue, and once that game finishes, then you'll be able to join. But yeah, while you're waiting, you can watch people playing, because all of the games take place in the Playground Hub itself. So the different games are split up into different sections, and you find the different games from the different sections on different corridors that branch off the main Playground Hub. And yeah, there's teleporters that allow you to teleport to the different sections. So the different sections are Duels, Kit PvP, and Party. So the games in the Duel section are, first of all, Melee Duels, which is basically just a 1v1 with swords. Then there's Bow Duels, which is a 1v1 with bows. And then there's Sumo Duels, which is a 1v1 where you're just trying to punch the other person off a platform. And my favourite game in this duel section has got to be the Bow Duels. I just really enjoy the Bow Duel game. Next, the party games are Sumo Free For All, Dodgeball, and TNT Tag. So Sumo Free For All is basically just like the Sumo Duels, but instead of being 1v1, it's up to 8 people, and you've just got to try and knock everyone else off the platform. Then Dodgeball is a bit like Dodgeball from MCC, you'll probably know what that is, but instead of using bows, you use snowballs, and yeah, it's just 2 teams of up to 4 people, and you just have to hit the other team with snowballs. Then TNT Tag, basically a random person who's playing will be given a TNT, and there's a like 20 seconds fuse, and yeah, you've just got to try and hit the other people on the map to pass the TNT to them, and when the like fuse runs out, then the person who's holding the TNT explodes and they are eliminated. That's basically how TNT Tag works. And yeah, I really like Dodgeball and TNT Tag, they're both really fun. Although it is a bit of a shame that TNT Tag barely has any players, so it's quite hard to get a game of TNT Tag started. Then finally there's Kit PvP, which is basically just a bunch of different people fighting each other with different kits. So the different kits are, first of all, Assassin, which means you turn invisible after killing someone. Then there's Demolitionist, which gives you TNT that you can explode people with, although you will deal less damage with your sword. Then there's Fighter, which gives you a bow. And then there's Glass Cannon, which means you deal more damage with your sword than normal, although you will take more damage than normal as well. And then there's Juggler, which gives you snowballs, which makes it a lot easier to get people in combos. And then there's Jumper, which gives you a feather, which basically allows you to jump through the air. It's pretty cool. And then there's Scout, which means you deal less damage with your sword than normal, although you do have speed 1, so you are faster running around. And then there's Sniper, which gives you a very good bow, like better than the one that you get with Fighter, although you do only have a wooden sword instead of a diamond sword, so you deal a lot less damage than normal. The next perk is Tank, which means you take less damage than normal, although I do believe you also have slowness, so you are slower moving around. Then there's Vampire, which means that you heal hearts after each kill you get. And finally, there's Warper, which gives you ender pills, so it's quite easy to like pill on someone to kill them, or pill away from someone who's trying to kill you. So I feel like the most popular kit that most people use is probably the jumper kit, just because it makes it a lot easier to get to people you want to kill or get away from people who are going to kill you, and it's quite easy to use. And also the feathers replenish quite quickly, so you're not going to be left for ages without the ability to jump. Although my personal favourite kit is probably the fighter kit. I just find it really useful to be able to like fight up close and at range. But yeah, there are a lot of really good kits, so a lot of people just have their own favourite. So the last thing that I think is worth mentioning to do with the new playground is that Prop Hunt and Fill the Gaps have been moved into the playground hub. So there's the little animation things that are at the front of the main hub where you can join the different games. Well, the ones for Prop Hunt and Fill the Gaps, they've been moved into the playground hub. Although you can still access Prop Hunt and Fill the Gaps from the main hub if you use the game selector menu. So, just in case you didn't already know, every month Galaxite releases 2 new Ultra items, and if you've got the Ultra membership on the server, you can pick one of those 2 items to keep. And this month's new Ultra items have come out this week, so yeah, if you've got the Ultra membership, you can pick one of those items to get. So the new Ultra items are the Ultra Kimono avatar and the Ultra Puppy V3 avatar, and I think they're both really cool avatars. And also, the fact that they're both avatars sort of confirms the theory that Galaxite are moving more towards doing 2 Ultra avatars instead of doing 1 avatar and 1 other item, which is what they normally did in the past. And I'm pretty sure 1 or 2 times they also did like 2 non-avatar items. But yeah, they are sort of moving towards doing 2 avatars, and yeah, that's confirmed by the fact that there's 2 avatars this month. So, as part of the Season 5 update, there's also been changes to Chronos, as there's been new items added to Chronos, but they've been taken from Rush, so they're items that you could already get in the Rush game, but now they've been moved over to Chronos, so you can also get them in Chronos, and they mostly work the same as they do in Rush, although there are a few slight differences. So, yeah, so first of all, there's the life token, which when you use it, it gives you a few extra hearts, so you heal a little bit. And then there's the smoke bomb, where if you use it, you'll go invisible for a few seconds. Then there's the feather jump, which gives you a little feather that you can use to jump through the air, and yeah, just sort of fly through the air a little bit. And then there's the fragile flame rod, which is a little bit different to how it works in Rush, because in Rush you just sort of hit someone with the flame rod and it'll set them on fire, and you just sort of keep it in your inventory and you keep hitting them with the flame rod. But in Chronos, it's a fragile flame rod, so if you hit someone with it, it'll set them on fire, but you'll lose the flame rod. And then finally, there's the box upgrade token, which when you use it on a shulker box, it'll upgrade that shulker box to the next tier up. And yeah, you'll get like better stuff from the shulker box. Although there is a slight difference to how that one works compared to how it does in Rush. Because in Rush, if you use it on a red mythic chest, it'll be upgraded to like an extra tier up, and it's like a little Easter egg. But if you do it in Chronos, it'll just go to a tier 1 chest. So yeah, don't use a box upgrade token on a mythic chest, it'll just go back to a common chest. So yeah, be careful. So you might have noticed that in the changelogs for Season 5, there's a little message in the Orbeez news section which is quite interesting. It says, "I also sense a secret hidden somewhere in the Chronos world. I wonder what it could be. Maybe you can investigate for us." So yeah, that's quite interesting. It sort of says that there's something hidden in the Chronos map that might have some sort of significance. Like, why else would they be pointing it out in the changelogs? Well, people have looked around the Chronos map, and found this, which is quite interesting. There's a sign where it says sort of random stuff, but you can sort of work out that it's meant to say like time warp here, just with random characters thrown in to replace like normal letters. So yeah, if you try and place a time warp on the barrel where it says, then it'll give you a piece of paper that says Vault 4, which is quite interesting. And you might know that it sort of links to a Easter egg that is in Rush, because in Rush, if you use a box upgrade token on a mythic chest, it'll upgrade to a black shulker box, which contains a piece of paper that says Vault 7. So in Rush, it's Vault 7. In Chronos, this new like Easter egg thing we found, it says Vault 4. So what does it mean? We have no idea, but I think it might mean something because they have sort of pointed it out in the changelogs, saying like there is a secret in the Chronos map, try and find it. So maybe Vault 4 has some sort of significance and it sort of relates to the Vault 7 that was in Rush and has been in Rush since like it first came out, so last season. So yeah, I don't know what it could mean. Maybe it links to the vault that is in the like main hub, but I don't know. So the whole Vault 4 secret is quite interesting, but it's not the only secret that has been found in Season 5, because in the Season 5 hub, there's a secret cave that's sort of hidden underground, and inside it, there's two signs that are also quite hidden, and on them is some maths, which is quite interesting. Like, you wouldn't expect to find random signs with maths on them. But yeah, I don't want to bore you all with maths because this is just a Minecraft video after all. But I think it is quite interesting to sort of explain them a little bit because they are quite interesting and I don't know exactly what they could mean. But basically, here's the first sign, and it's a little unclear what it wants you to actually do. Like, does it want you to do 2 squared and subtract that, or does it want you to do like negative 2 squared? But yeah, it probably, the way it wants you to do is negative 2 squared, and that gives you an answer of 7. And then here's the second sign. This one's a little bit more complicated, but it also has an answer of 7. So yeah, 2 signs hidden, both with the same answer of 7. It probably means something, I don't know what. Maybe it could relate to the like Vault 7 piece of paper from Rush, although I honestly have no idea. And yeah, they could just mean nothing at all. Maybe someone who works for Blockception, who was working on the like hub, was just interested in maths and decided to put those little secret signs there. But yeah, I do think it is deliberate that they both equal 7. Because yeah, again, I don't want to bore you, so I'm gonna make it very simplistic. But this second sign, it sort of relates to something in maths called Euler's identity. And yeah, normally you would see it written like this or this, but they've deliberately made it so that it equals 7. So I think it does mean something that it equals 7, especially since there's 2 things both there that equal 7, although I don't know what the significance of that number 7 is. So that's it for this week's episode of TWIG. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, because I've spent a very long time working on this video because there's a lot of stuff to go through. And also, if you've not already, please subscribe, because it really helps me out and it also means you won't miss any future episodes of this series. And yeah, I'm definitely, if there's more like clues or anything, I'll definitely cover them. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that, because they are quite interesting, the clues. I really wonder what they mean. But yeah, bye.